What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a bit of a DIY project on my shed. I'm lucky and fortunate enough to have a shed in my house, which means I want to turn that shed into something useful, and I was thinking maybe a home gym. Before I go ahead and turn it into a home gym, there's a few things I need to take care of, and the first thing is insulation. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I used expanding foam to insulate or to block out some of the gaps that are in my shed. For example, if you look at up here, you can clearly see there is gaps here, and you can this tree growing out. And this is same scenario all around, which kind of is annoying because I don't want any insects coming into the shed. So one of the solution after some research I found out is this stuff. So it's like an expanding foam. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Yeah, it's like an expanding foam. So people have used this. Yeah, they have used it here in Australia for their shed to filling out these gaps. So I'm gonna give it a try and see if this actually solves the issues, because I don't want to go and do a full insulation of the shed because that's just going to be way too expensive, and I don't think it's worth it right now for what I need. Alright, so before you guys go and judge me on my techniques, I just want to point out a few things that I am not a DIY expert. In fact, I don't have much experience at all. So as you can see in this instant, this was my very first time ever trying this product, and I kind of made a mess of it. First of all, you should be holding this upside down, not the way I am holding it. The whole can needs to be upside down and the nozzle facing down. That way you get more of the product out, whereas when I'm doing this, I was getting more air out than the actual foam. So keep that in mind when you're using it. Hold the whole can upside down, not the way I'm holding here, right? And another factor is I'm putting way too much foam here, which is not a good idea. Again, like I said, this was my very first time. It did improve as I went along. As you can see, I'm shaking it again because I feel like it was empty already, but it wasn't. If I just turned it upside down, I would have gotten a much more out of the can than I would usually get. So keep that in mind. So that's one can done. So if you're gonna do a whole shed with this, you're gonna need like a lot more of cans. I'll show you how much I've done. So just a second. Look, I kind of messed that up there. Well, it was the first try. So I've done all that side and then up until here. And I got all of this to go. All of that and then all there. So I went back to the shop, got a few more cans, and as you can see, I'm finally doing it a bit more better. And you know what they say, you learn as you go along. Alright guys, so I managed to do pretty much all the floor gaps. I kind of started on the tops, but I think it needs a bit more work. I've done one side, but doing the top is not that easy because there's two openings. So I'm gonna need a lot more of these cans, and I don't know if this is the ideal solution for. I mean, I've done my research, and a lot of people say this is a cheap way of kind of insulating and filling in the gaps so that it stops some spiders and insects and coming in and stuff like that, but it doesn't fully insulate you from maybe rats and things like that. So just keep that in mind. It's not the best solution, it's the cheapest solution, and anybody can do it basically. And if you look at the work I've done, it's not the best. It looks like a bit of a bodge job, but the good thing about this thing is you can cut it once it's dry, and you can file it, and you can even paint over it. So I might paint over it. I don't know, if I decide to paint the floor, I can paint the side of the fillings as well, so it will look very similar. People wouldn't even recognize it. So another thing in terms of preparation, make sure you go around the back of your shed, get rid of all the weeds and things like that. Just cut it and rip the roots out as much as you can. So another important thing to keep in mind is this stuff is pretty nasty when it comes to, like, if it gets it on you. So I learned it the hard way. So first time when I filled it, I didn't even put gloves on. I don't know why. I always put gloves on most of the time, but I didn't, and it got all my hands and fingers, and it was a pain to get it out. I used WD-40, I used nail remover. I'm telling you, it was such a pain in the ass. And also, if you get it on your hair, I'm a bit hairy, but if you get it on your hair, again, you need to make sure you wash it off as soon as possible. Otherwise, you have to rip the hair out. So gloves, very important. I put two on one hand. Yeah, I had a really bad experience the first time I used it. I put two gloves on each hand. When you spray it, when I first sprayed it, I sprayed it like this. Then also you meant to put it like that, apparently, like turn it upside down, and then spray it like this, which is kind of awkward, I'll be honest. But that way you get the most out of a can. Otherwise, it's just air sometimes. So it's been a few weeks since I done the foam filling, and I want to say so far it's actually doing a decent job. It's keeping all these spiders out, for starters, and I've been seeing less and less insects coming in here. Another thing is it's raining right now, so I think before water used to come in here from the sides, but it's looking pretty good for now. It's looking like there is no water in here. It's literally, everything looks pretty dry. There's something going on here. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, but I think this is a patch color. But if you look all around, all of that is holding up. I don't see any grass growing out of it, which is good. Just a few factors. If when you fill in these holes, it can come through on the other sides. So I'm going to show you here. Right, so if you look at here, so you can see these have kind of changed colors, and you can see that it comes out from the inside. It can be a bit annoying because it doesn't look very pleasing from the outside, but you could cut that or trim it down, do something like that, which I might do on a sunny day. For now, I'm just going to leave it for now, just let it soak up all the waters. But yeah, I think this is fine. This foam filling stuff, it doesn't completely insulate your shed, but it stops some of these guys coming into the shed. So yeah, I'm happy with it. So another quick tip that I sprayed this stuff basically all around the shed. So this is basically like a weed killer. It kills pretty much everything. That's how strong this is. So I would get this if I was you, and just spray it all around the shed, so it would stop any grass or anything just growing back into your shed. So I've done that, and it's actually done a pretty good job. But yeah, I still got a long way to go for this shed. So if you find any of these videos interesting, and follow along on my channel, and I will give you guys updates along the way. Peace out.